Weakness to warrior mindset. Back at my favorite spot. Today I'm about to embark on a journey to Indiana, Wisconsin, and Ohio for our yearly summer vacation trip. We are going to the beach, we are going to Siren Convention, and then we are going to Cedar Point. All these things are possible because of the Lord, one. And number two is because I quit drinking and I started to save my money. We're taking an RV. And with gas prices the way they are today, it's going to be pretty expensive to drive. But that's what happens when you set your priorities, you get your life straight, you start walking your path, you can start doing these things. None of this is going on credit card. All of this is getting paid for by the previous hard work, dedication, and sacrifice. And sacrifice is what I want to talk to you about this morning. Sacrifice. It's giving up things that you want for the greater good. I gave up alcohol and cigarettes and weed. Yeah, they gave me short-term freaking fun and excitement, but it came at a cost. And that cost was my health, my mental focus, and my soul and my bank account. It made me isolate myself from society. And sometimes, yes, you need to, because there are a bunch of crazy people out there today. But I isolated and got into my own world and just started to spiral. And at some point, I was just like, you know what? This is done. I'm done. I can't do this anymore. Like, I would drink and smoke out in the shed, and I'd take a heater out there so I wouldn't fucking freeze in the wintertime. I'd put on like 4 fucking layers of clothes just so I wouldn't freeze. And sometimes it would be so cold that when I cracked my beer, it would fucking freeze and foam out. And then I'd have to put it by the heater and to thaw it out. Obviously that was a mental issue, because who in their right mind would be out in the fucking shed in like fucking 10 degrees weather trying to get drunk, But that's how addicted I was, and I recovered fully. I don't understand why people say when they've quit drinking for, a year or more, or they haven't drank for 5 years, that they're still in recovery. You're done. You haven't drank in those amount of years. So I had to sacrifice that. A lot of other things I had to sacrifice was, eating full meals or getting all my calories in. There are times when I was hungry as hell and I just wanted to eat fucking something, but I took the pain and I sacrificed that for the greater good. I never ate much candy or sweets or fast food or any of that other garbage. I had sworn off that for, years before that. I didn't really have to sacrifice TV or anything like that, because I sacrificed that a long, long, long time ago. So basically, I was already setting the groundwork for myself years and years ago for this. You need to find in your life what you're willing to sacrifice. To get to where you're going to get, you're going to have to sacrifice one thing. You're going to have to sacrifice yourself, which means you're going to have to kill your old self to be able to get to your new self. Like, so many people just want to stay where they're at and want to not put the full effort into getting to where they want to be. They just want to half-ass it. They just want to fucking, play it easy, what's the quickest way? There's no fucking quick way. There's absolutely no quick way. Maybe GLP and Ozempic, but in the long run, that's gonna hurt you way more than it's gonna help you. You have to be able to put in the effort. You have to put in the sacrifice. You have to put in the pain. You will come out a better person, stronger, more resilient, and you'll have more pride in yourself. Because you've done the hard work, you've done the difficult things, and you sacrificed. You're going to have to sacrifice the fun times, or what you consider fun. Like going to the fucking bars, or if you go to the clubs, or if you like to go to them comfort meals. Like at the end of the day, you want to go to freaking McDonald's because you're too fucking lazy to cook or meal prep, or you just don't want to do it. You're going to have to sacrifice that time. You're going to have to sacrifice all those bad things. One thing you can't sacrifice is on sleep. So don't sacrifice on sleep. But all the other things, you're going to have to sacrifice some of your friends, or the people that you consider your friends. You want to test your friends? You want to test how good of friends you have? Go on a path. Go on a self-improvement path and see how much they are your friends. At some point in some time, they're going to be like, yo, dog, what happened to you? You ain't the old self. You ain't you anymore. They want to keep you where you're at so that they can be above you. And if you have friends like that, either they want to be on the same playing field as you, or they want to be above you. And if you want to have friends that think that they're above you, what's that say about you? Like, no one's above me. Yeah, you may have more money and better physique and stuff like that, but that does not make you above me. We're both humans. We're on this planet at the same time. We still eat shit and breathe. You just may have better clothes or more money, but that doesn't make you better than me. And these are some things to consider. You're going to have to think hard and deep about this. Because if you really want this, you're going to have to sacrifice. Everything comes at a price. And that price sometimes is family and friends. You're going to go through this alone. And if you're blessed enough to find a support group and some people that'll go along with you on the journey, great. But most of the time, it's going to be a lonely, lonely road. And me, I don't really give a fuck, because I know there are a bunch of people out there that aren't willing to go on this road and aren't freaking ready for this freaking kind of lifestyle. Maybe when they see me in December and I'm all jacked and ripped and 10%, 11% body fat, maybe they'll come on board. But then I'm going to have to explain to them the whole process, and they might be out. They may be like, I'm opting out of this shit. That's too intense. But those are the thoughts for the day. I'm back at my freaking wonderful, wonderful place. I've missed this place because I've been walking to the gym in the morning, and I've been doing some other things. But I'm going to try to make it back here as much as possible. I know it's not far from my house, but since I walk to the gym, it kind of is out of the way. So remember, sacrifice is the key and is the price you have to pay to get to where you want to be. Weakness to warrior mindset.